we are.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Defenders of Kobold, the Darkest House. I am Steven. I am playing the house, and these are my hapless victims. Say hello, hapless victims.
Hello, hapless victims.
How you doing?
Hi.
Well, actually, Stephanie and Jimmy don't have to talk because they're not victims anymore. If you missed the last episode, we left on quite a bit of a cliffhanger. Let me pull up some pictures for you guys. We're going to dive right in here. I want you guys to see exactly what we're looking at. You are in a room that has just been completely destroyed. In fact, it looks like it was a series of rooms. And the walls have been torn down. There's still a few support beams standing up, but you are just surrounded by rubble. And in this room, there is a hulking creature. You can call it a creature, but it's not organic whatsoever. It's made out of rubble and wooden beams and rebar, and just all of the busted pieces of this room have come together into this spirit of destruction. And it is just intent on destroying anything that comes in this room, as you all found out last time we played. So what happened last time, let's go ahead and do a quick recap here. Harold was able to sneak through the room and got pretty far away. He made his way across that wooden beam, across that pit there, and got to the far side. Stephanie was the next one to enter this room. And she, unfortunately, was hobbled by a metal boot around her foot, previous injury here. And she was going across that beam, and she stumbled and fell 30 feet down into this pit. Stephanie, you're a normal person, right? Like, you're an average human?
Yep, just a regular person.
And like an average person falling 30 feet, what do you expect from that?
At least minimum extreme injury.
Yeah, minimum extreme injury. That sounds fair. Fair. So James and Wayne were in the room, and they saw Stephanie go down, and they were trying to pull this creature away from her because it started lumbering towards her. James, in a act of heroism, very proud of you for that, by the way. When you saw Stephanie go down, without hesitation, you ran over, and you're injured yourself, by the way. You have a curved arm, and your shirt is literally melded into your flesh. And you already have a limp from your childhood injuries. You ran over to that pit and did a little baseball slide in to try and save Stephanie however you can. And Wayne, still up top on the entrance side of this room, you decided to try and take some of the aggro of this creature, and then both Wayne and Harold went through the doors on opposite sides of these rooms.
Yeah.
Stephanie, James, why don't both of you roll D10 for me? And you want to, well, it doesn't matter. You can roll high or low.
I got a 5.
James, what are you rolling? Just a D10. You got the dice tray on the bottom.
Yeah, I'm trying to accidentally hit D8.
Oh, no worries.
Clicking it multiple times adds more dice. There we go. 7.
7. All right, James, we're starting with you. You slide into this pit, and you have a moment where you're in the air kind of hanging, and you look down and you see Stephanie, and she is mangled.
I regret everything.
Her leg must have caught on that beam, and she fell head first. She is twisted in a very unnatural way that a person should not be twisted. And unfortunately, your slide here, you're finding that the walls of this pit are not even, and you're starting to tumble yourself. Give me the 2d6 rating check here. As you are trying to manage this fall to the best of your ability. Adding a 3 for your rating here.
Yeah.
You know what? You've got some experience with baseball. We'll go ahead and make it a 4.
Okay.
Still not enough.
That makes sense.
You slide and your foot catches on some rebar. Your arm that's curved hits a wooden beam sticking out, and you start tumbling head over heels. This only lasts for a moment. It's only 30 feet. But everything goes black. And when you come to, you are not in a pit. You're in a hospital room. A very familiar hospital room. It's a hospital room that is straight out of the early 2000s. You had stared at these walls for hours and hours and hours when you were a child. Do you remember this?
I do.
Give us a little description what you're looking at here.
This is a hospital room that I was taken to when I was a young lad, and I was chased and attacked by dogs who bit me in the legs. I'm recovering. This is not good. You look down. You're in bed. You have one leg out of a blanket, and it's very much bandaged and tightly wrapped. You also realize that your legs are smaller than you remember. You are in child form right now. It could have been just 2 days ago when this dog attack happened. Anything you'd like to be doing? I guess I'll check on my hands next, particularly my right hand, to see if it's pointing at an odd angle.
It is not. You have the hands of a child. You hold them up. They, look like they did 20 years ago. You are missing a couple scrapes and scars that you got from the cannery that you worked at as an adult. It appears as if you could have gone back in time 20 years, and unfortunately, or fortunately or unfortunately, you still have all the memories of these past few years and all of the memories of the house as well.
Either I'm under the mother of all delusions right now, or I have been under one while still recovering. Oh God, is there like a nurse calling clicky button nearby?
Yeah, you start looking around for the button that it was on your top left shoulder, and you remember clicking it all the time as a kid because there was such a sweet nurse that would always bring you Jell-O and ice cream. You turn over and you notice that there's a curtain in this room that wasn't there when you were in this room before years and years ago. It appears as if this is now a double room. You stayed in a room by yourself when you were a child. But now it looks like there's a curtain dividing this room in half. Looking for the clicker, you do find it, and you can click it, and it does the little beep, and the red light shows up saying that a nurse is coming.
I'm going to try to, this is a very bad idea. I'm going to try to get out of bed and roll under the bed to see who comes in.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get out of bed. Yeah, you get out of bed. I'm not going to require a rating check for this. Your leg is in immense pain right now. The wound feels fresh, but you're able to move. You put all your weight on your other leg. You roll under the bed. You can see that there's a couple inches underneath this curtain where there is the legs to a bed on the other side. And that is also the side of the room where the door is.
Oh, geez. Okay. Well, I'm just going to stay under this bed and just kind of observe for a bit.
Okay. The bed itself isn't like, it's one of those that can rise up and down and it bends a little bit. So you can't be fully under the bed, but you can be like under a little lip of the edge of the mattress. So you're like as much cover as you can be without like being entirely under the bed.
As long as I'm not immediately visible.
And you're happy to stay there for a bit?
Yeah.
Stephanie, let's switch to you. You are hobbling across this wooden beam as best you can. The spirit of destruction is lumbering towards you. Wayne and Jimmy are trying to get its attention. But in your fright, in your haste, your metal boot slips. It doesn't get a good grip on this beam. And it goes down. You try to overcompensate and you fall the other way. And the boot kind of hangs onto the beam for a little bit. And you feel like you might have broken your ankle just from the weight of the boot catching. But then the boot gives and you start spiraling down. And you two land with a thud and everything goes black. But you also wake up in a hospital room. And you'll also remember this hospital room from your childhood, from after that fateful night in the house when you broke your arm. Do you remember the injuries that happened to your arm?
So that was when I had touched like kind of like an obelisk kind of thing. It was like a floating crystal, and a black hole opened, and it sucked me through that thing like a straw in my body, my entire body, but my arm was like point of origin. Got sucked through that.
Yes, and when you came out, your arm was burned, badly burned, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And you also had a little bit of a
Burned and
hair color
broken, I think.
situation, burned and broken, yes.
Yeah.
Which was very difficult to mend because a lot of burn wounds they try to keep open.
Mhm.
But when it's broken, you obviously have to bind it. So it was a very tricky thing for them to handle. And you too spent many hours in this hospital room. Do you kind of want to give a description of it?
The hospital room was rather like bare bones. Like originally it was just my bed, and then my mom had put in a big fuss, so they brought in like a cot for her to sleep on. But like my curtains were never allowed to be closed because she liked to have the press come by and take pictures and all that nonsense. But it had like this ugly pink like paint on the wall, kind of like Pepto-Bismol. And that was something she remembers.
And where am I going with this? You had that ugly pink paint. You too look down and realize that you have the body of a child. The same body that you had, you are, now in the body of an 11 or 12-year-old. You have the same wounds. You lack certain scars that you got when you're older. What would you like to be doing?
One of the first things that Stephanie's going to do is she's going to pull the sheets back with her good arm and see if she still has that, if her ankle's broken. Kind of just like take stock of like, am I injured? Because like I just felt like I fell to my death. And
yeah, and you remember the pain of the fall as well. And there's sort of like a phantom ghost pain from the memory of it happening so fresh. But looking down, your ankle seems perfectly fine.
yeah, if there's like a call button or something, she'll definitely press it.
You start fumbling for your call button as well. And that's when you hear to your right, you look over and you see that there is a curtain in the room that was not there before. You also had a single hospital room that was not shared. And there is a curtain dividing the room, and you hear some rustling from the other side as it sounds like something's getting out of the bed.
At that point, like Stephanie's not trusting any of this shit. So she'll get out of bed and kind of like look for something that she can grab with her good hand, as like probably a pillow, because I don't know what else she could grab nearby.
Yeah, most things are like plugged in or connected.
Exactly.
Most of the things that are easily grabbable are somewhat soft.
Yeah. And so she'll probably grab the pillow and she'll creep up to the curtain and pull the curtain back like real fast to like just rip off the band-aid and see what she sees.
Jimmy, you hear the footsteps coming towards the curtain. You see the shadow building. The curtain's pulled back, and you see young Stephanie holding a pillow.
Crap. Stephanie, get down. I called a nurse.
Looking around this room, guys, sorry to interrupt, but this room is half of James exactly how you remember it and half how Stephanie remembers it. They were two different hospitals, two different rooms, but they're kind of melded together in that weird like dream logic where a room can just change based on where you're looking at it.
I felt my neck snap and I saw you falling at me. How? And like she's like feeling at her neck.
I don't know, but we need baseball bats. We need a knife or something if we're going to get out of here.
You called for a nurse? Like, what do we do?
Just hide. I bet whoever comes isn't a nurse.
So what else is in this room?
There's a real shitty TV up in the corner, bolted to the wall. There's a few visiting chairs. There's the beds, and then just like various medical equipment attached to the beds. Otherwise, it seems to be very standard hospital room. Like the door is extra wide to allow rolling beds in and out, that kind of thing. The door is closed right now, though.
Stephanie is gonna go up to the door and open it.
Walking up to the door, you put your hand on the handle and you try to turn, but it appears to be locked. Or maybe not locked because it does turn, but something is obstructing it. You can't push it. And as you start pushing, you look down in the crack under the door, you see a small pool of blood starting to come in.
Jimmy, there's blood. Help me get what if someone's hurt? What if it's Wayne or Harold? And she's gonna start pushing at the door.
All right, fine. Just actually come help me up, will you?
And Stephanie like will scurry over to help you up.
Yeah, the two of you, one with a broken arm, one with a broken leg, or busted leg, are able to get up, and Jimmy's kind of leaning on you on your good side, but you're able to get up and around. And looking at this door, you see that the blood is still coming in, and it's slowly beginning to fill the entire floor of this room. It's probably about a third of the way through filling this room right now.
Okay, floor's lava.
I should mention that there is a window on the far side of the room from the door. The curtains are drawn right now. They're closed.
Stephanie and Jimmy are gonna hobble over towards the window and pull the curtains back.
You pull the curtains back and you see red. It looks like a sea of red, some sort of liquid. You can see that it's sloshing and viscous. There's some light on the far side that sends a little bit of a beam. But that's it. This room's over halfway full now. The floor, it's about an inch high.
Are there any like air vents or anything?
There would probably be a vent or two on the ceiling, yeah, for like air
I
conditioning
don't
and
think
stuff.
we could reach it though. Jimmy,
No, that would be a hard ask for two kids that are
yeah,
injured.
yeah, especially with one broken leg, one arm.
I'm out of ideas.
Now you hear a little thumping against the door of the room right now. Like something's bumping into it, maybe knocking.
Hello? Are you the nurse?
No response. The thumping does seem to continue, just sporadically. No real rhyme or reason to it. Just every now and then a thump, 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 thump.
Is there anything in here like geez, I don't know. God. No, probably not. I'll grab a sheet from one of the beds. At least it's an item. Let's check out the door.
All right, you're gonna have to walk through the pool of blood to do that. Are you okay with that?
As best as walking as I can do, sure.
Yeah. Hobbling in your case. You rip a sheet off the bed and start moving through, and it's a little slippery, but you're actually barefoot. So it gives you a little bit more grip than you would have if you're wearing shoes, probably. And you drag your other foot. The blood is super thick, so you kind of leave a trail with your leg and a couple footsteps here and there. Stephanie, are you going with him?
Yeah.
Okay. No real reaction to stepping in the blood. It just seems to be normal blood. Like blood fills hospital rooms all the time like this, right? So you're moving through and you have your sheet. You get to the door. What are you doing?
Gotta try and open the door.
This time the door does open with such force that you are both swept back across the room as a massive pool of blood rushes in, along with a few pieces of like odd hospital furniture and what appears to be an upside down body floating in the water as well. You are instantly, I need both of you to give me 2d6s here. You're pushed back by the force of this. There's no way either of you would be able to stay standing. You're sent back to the back of the hospital room, and this room is filling rapidly.
I got an 8.
10.
Ashley, you are completely knocked off your feet.
Okay.
You are basically on your back swimming in this pool. Jake, you are able to stay standing, but just barely. And you're the pool is probably about up to your neck right now. All of the furniture in this room is getting moved about just by the force of this pushing through.
Is it possible to climb up on some sort of furniture? A bed? A couch?
Yeah, the hospital bed would still be there, but it would actually be underneath the water right now. The mattress is floating up. The frame of the bed would still be there.
Okay. Well, just to get Titanic on top of some sort of furniture would be the goal.
Stephanie, are you going with?
If I can get up, I want to try and get something metal and try to break the window.
Okay. The window appears to be filled with blood on the other side as well, though, just so you know. Well, that music's really loud for me for some reason.
Well, the door is open. Do we want to try and get out into the hospital?
There is still a current of blood being pushed in as well, causing like a swirling vortex in your room right now.
Okay.
And this water is filling up rapidly. At this point, James, you're on the hospital bed, and it's still filling up, and it's about to your shoulders again, even with the extra 4 feet that you've gotten.
You said
Jeez.
though outside of the window there was like a light that we could see through.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you wanted to grab something metal to try and break through, you can. I'm just saying that there's a chance that more blood would come through.
Gotcha. Okay. We should swim. We should swim out. There's a light. And at that point, Stephanie's gonna get something metal and start banging at the window.
We'll say you grab one of the visiting chairs nearby, and it's floating around a bit, so you're able to heft it over. Give me another 2d6.
Six.
You swing it as best you can, but you're actually fighting the liquid blood as much as the weight of the chair, and you hit the window and it thumps and the window reverberates, but it doesn't break.
I'm going to try to make my way over to Stephanie so I can swing this chair at it.
Okay,
You
give me
have one
another
arm.
2d6 too.
That's fair.
9.
9 will add your 3, 12. We'll say that does it. The two of you working together are able to slam this chair into the window, and after a few repeated attempts, it finally starts to crack. And you see the cracks spider, but this room's still filling up with blood. And eventually the cracks give way and more blood rushes in, but it's not as powerful as it would have been before because this room is so full. Right now, you guys are like standing on ledges and furniture right now to get as much height, but it just creates even more of a swirling vortex.
Take a deep breath. We gotta go. We're gonna swim.
All right, kick your feet.
You two,
Gonna close my eyes, plug my nose, and get up in there.
swimming as best you can with the busted leg, with the busted arm. You go out, and this blood must be covering the entire hospital. You can't really see anymore. Even when you open your eyes, it's just red. There might be a red that's a little bit lighter over here compared to there, but how can you really tell with all the swirling and the current and the motion and the panic setting in? And you swim which way feels right. It feels like up, and you're paddling as best you can, and you're running out of air. You just keep swimming and swimming, and you're tired. Your limbs are just drained of energy until finally you let out a gasp. All the air being pushed out of your lungs, reflex to suck air in just to preserve your life. And that's where we're going to cut to Harold and Wayne.
Oh, okay.
That was the wrong music for that little segment. Needed to be the Sonic drowning music.
yeah.
Oh,
Harold and Wayne, why don't you remind our audience what you guys were doing before
Escaping.
escaping?
I think we're outside the house.
Yeah, we made it outside the house.
We're out. We're good.
Oh yeah,
We're
you guys were out. You're
in-
perfectly fine.
The
Everything's
SUV.
fine. Yep.
We're good to go.
Yeah. You guys go ahead. Continue.
Continue. Just it's fine. It's great. Everything's great.
All right, so you two were in the room with this spirit of destruction.
Yeah. So I think the
And you
last thing
saw-
I remember.
Stephanie and Jimmy go in the pit.
Right. I think the last thing I remember is I think Wayne shouted, because like we were on opposite sides.
Yeah.
Wayne was at the entry point from the hallway that had the different like rat monster portrait thingies
Yeah.
along the way, and then Harold's on the other side. And so I think we both saw it happen. I think I shouted something like, "Come out in like 100,
Right.
like count to 100 and come back out."
Yeah, I remember you saying, close the door, count to 100, come back out. And I remember you mentioning to Steven, you were pulling out your paracord.
Paracord. That's right.
Yeah.
And I was tying it around my waist. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to cut from where you guys were in the room with the spirit to going through the door. Both of you open the door quickly, closing it behind you, and you find yourselves side by side with each other.
Okay.
That's a good thing, right? You don't want to split the party. You guys are, however, in a very different room than anything you've seen before. Let me pull up a picture for you here.
But you went through.
Went
The
through
other-
the far door. And you said to close the door and count to 100.
Right.
And now we're
I didn't
here.
even get to like 5 yet.
Yeah, we just what?
Why is there a picture of an arachnid woman peeing blood into a fountain?
Yes. So the first thing you guys notice about this room is how humid and stifling it is. Moisture begins to collect on your skin as soon as you arrive. There are white and green tiles covering the floor and walls here, and they are slick with moisture. A couple of windows on one wall show a nighttime rainstorm, so they are wet on both sides. In the middle of the room, there's a round Baroque fountain spraying water droplets in the air. Rising from the center of it is a statue of a weird, disturbing creature.
Got like spider
the-
legs. It's quite. I'll
the-
open
Is
the
the
door.
blood? Is the blood spouting accurate, by the way? Like the
Yeah, like the 4 or 5 spouts. Yeah.
yeah. Go ahead, Chuck.
I want to open that door because you said we like closed the door and then we're both right next to each other, right?
Yes, you closed the door. You're both right next to each other. Looking back, there is no more door there. You just have the same green and white tiled wall behind you.
Is there a door in the room?
There is a door on the far side of the room, yes. You would have to go around the fountain to get there.
Okay. Well, I've no. I mean, in this house, there's no such thing as a reason or reasoning or logic or.
Yeah.
I don't know how we got here. It, I guess, wants us to see this fountain. I'll move up to it.
Careful. Maybe there's like coins or something.
It coins, or there's these little faces around the base of it. I wouldn't put it beyond the house to insert our friends' faces
Yeah.
in that. And I'll,
This fountain is about 20 feet wide.
Yeah.
The pedestal in the middle is 5 to 10-ish of that, a good chunk of the fountain.
Yeah.
You're right, there is something in the fountain. You see the spouting of the blood going in the water, but even more so than that, there is something churning underneath the surface.
like something swimming through it, like we're in a trash compactor.
Yes. Like there is something coming up out of the water. You see splashing and bubbles going everywhere. And then you see a red hand come out covered in blood.
I still have my wooden
Use
club.
the club. Yeah.
I'm gonna, next time I see a hand, I want to put the club in the hand.
Oh, you're trying to help. Okay.
I'm assisting.
That's why Wayne got out his shotgun too, to help.
I don't
Yes.
have a shotgun anymore, I think. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
sure. It's like a freaking
It's
screaming
screaming.
shotgun now.
It sprays
What we
more
need now
blood.
is more
Nerf
blood
Wayne.
from the shotgun.
Yeah.
You pull
While he's
out your
doing
club.
that, Wayne,
Sorry, go ahead.
Wayne is keeping a really close eye on like those stabby things that look like they're gonna stab us.
Yes,
while
they
we-
do.
While
Yeah,
Harold's doing
Wayne, it appears as if they're not moving for now.
It's a
Uh-huh.
trick.
it. Uh-huh. Still looking.
Harold, you pull out your club and another hand comes out, and Stephanie, you reach up and you feel wood in your hand.
With my one hand that I can, I'm gonna clutch onto it and try and phrasing. But yeah, and try and get to the
Harold,
surface.
give me a 2d6 here as we see how well you're able to hold her weight and pull her up. James, you are right behind Stephanie here.
That's right.
You start bursting out of the water there. Harold, you can't hold on to the club. It almost pulls you in. You're just you braced yourself a little bit, but you didn't expect the force to be pulling down.
I can grab him. if I can see this happening, I'll grab him.
Snap. Hey, Steve, thanks for those bits.
Hey, thank you.
You can run up as well, Wayne. And
Oh, I was
you-
up there too. Like I walked up to
Oh,
it too. I'm saying I can
sorry,
grab
my
him
bad.
if he's about to
Okay.
get pulled in or stumble, and I'll
He's not going in. I was saying he let go of the club. But if you want to push him in,
no, that's gonna help him.
when you reach out to give him some support, when you see James' face coming out of the blood closer to you,
Okay. Well, that would probably then I would stop what I'm doing and I'll reach my. I won't even reach. I'll just reach my hand. I won't do the club thing. I'll just go right for trying to grab.
Okay.
I'm gonna basically essentially try to grab Jimmy from his ears and see if I can pull him up by his ears. Just like that.
you both are able to reach him out, pull them out. Stephanie, James, it's like you're being reborn, birthed in blood. You are still wearing clothes. I wouldn't do that to you guys. However, your gear is gone and you are back to being adults. However, you no longer have any wounds that you sustained throughout the rest of this house. Stephanie, you no longer have the metal boot. James, your arm is no longer curved. Your shirt is not going into your arm, melded through. But you are both drenched in blood. Harold and Wayne, you have blood up to your elbows at the very least here as you're trying to help these two out as well.
Question: does Stephanie still have the child's eye?
She does.
Okay.
I am. You're all not dead? Maybe?
And you'll watch as like Stephanie like turns to Jimmy and she'll like start touching his shoulders and stuff. And we were like, remember when like I got slurped like through a straw in the basement, and like my arm broke and then it got burned and they thought that I was trying to hurt myself and that they didn't believe us and what happened.
Yeah.
Wayne, you remember we were like what, like 11, 12?
I remember. Yeah. I mean, sorta.
Do we?
I mean, Wayne feels ridiculously guilty. It's like one of the things that is like whatever he remembers of it, he feels extraordinarily guilty about it because like,
Yeah.
he's the one who kind of told you to do it. So.
And she's like, oh no, we were kids, and then the hospital started filling with blood, and then we broke out of it and we started swimming, and I thought I was drowning, and I was breathing in the blood, and now we're
Okay.
here.
Well, you okay? Well, okay. Well, we're all back together again. Hey, Jimmy, your arm's straight too. Look at this. This is great. This
And
is
the boot's
just-
gone.
By the way,
This
Wayne,
is-
my ears are killing me.
Yeah, sorry, man. I grabbed what I could, you know.
I appreciate it.
With no regards to personal space, Stephanie's gonna like grab your jaw, Jimmy, and open it. Does he have real teeth again, or are they still veneers?
Good question. I would say that you pick. You either have veneers or you don't have teeth.
Oh, jeez.
What would you prefer?
I think that not having teeth would make sense in that regard because I don't know if they would count as gear, but they were installed.
You're wearing clothes though, so would they count as your clothes or as your gear? It's up to you.
I think it would count as gear because these are
Okay.
like
So he does not have teeth right now.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe your teeth would be back because your arm's right.
I think it's in simple words, factory resets to when maybe we entered the house, except for your eye.
My neck broke.
Yeah, and you would still have the phantom pain of that too.
have
I-
James, you would have phantom pain from when you fell as well.
I'm just moving my arm. I'm just happy I can do that.
I believe that your neck was broke. I mean, I certainly, when I passed over it, saw down there, and it was a very deep, unfriendly looking hole.
I died. And like Stephanie's lost it a little bit. She's just laughing.
There you go. Let it out. There you
Yeah.
go.
It's,
There you go. That's good. That's good, right? Don't you
Yeah.
feel better now? Just let the crazy out, you know? You put it on the outside and the house can't do anything to you. It's like armor.
That's true to a point. I mean, Wayne, you certainly seem to be at this point rolling with the punches better than anyone else, so maybe we should all...
I like this place. It's fun. Way better than my life outside. And I got this beautiful dress. Things are looking up. Our friends are here. We thought they were dead.
That's
You
true.
and I, we went this way, that way, and we're all together. Nothing matters. Nothing we can do has an impact on things. We're going to live forever, and we're going to be friends together. We're going to play Vampire the Masquerade for infinity. Oh, it's going to be great.
I suppose if we are going to be trapped here for all eternity, we should find a way to make a request of the house to maybe provide us with the rule books and character sheets and pencils, dice.
Now you're thinking. I like where your head's at.
Good.
I like where all of our heads are at. Haha.
To recap, you have two windows on one side of the room. Appears to be a storm raging outside, and a rather large door on the far side of the room as well.
Well, why don't you two shake yourselves off a little bit, and we'll
Yeah, they are drenched in blood.
head.
Oh,
Like
it's
Stephanie's hair is just like clumped together. The clothes are just soggy. Every step
Yeah.
they take leaves a muddy footprint. Bloody footprint.
She's fine.
When the footprints that they leave behind, does it rapidly dry up?
No, it does not this time.
I think I'm just gonna head to one of the windows and try and kind of just fall outside of one. Take a nice little shower outside in the rainstorm. That'd be nice.
Moving up to the window, you are going to be able to see the storm outside. The window itself does not seem like it would open. But looking out, studying the window, you then see a tall, gaunt, gangly creature in the distance, illuminated by a lightning flash. And then it's gone.
There's a dude out there, and he's big and scary, and I'd rather not.
Is it the farmer and his dog again?
Is it
Maybe.
the smiling man?
Maybe.
Maybe if we make enough noise, they'll come here and break the window and we can get out. Because every time we try to break windows, we hit that reset button thing.
It does. And at this point, knowing that whatever's outside this window isn't our home, I think I'm more okay with being at whatever that place is than here. Yes,
It's not like it can hurt us, you know?
it's true. I have a feeling the house, as we've seen with Jimmy and Stephanie here, the house will keep us all alive whether we want to or not.
Yeah, we agree.
I will
Nothing we do matters, just like real life, you know?
pull my club out and start banging on the windows and yelling, trying to draw the attention of whatever that is.
You don't actually see the creature when you get over there. James saw it for a couple lightning flashes. You come over, you start banging on the window, lightning flashes. You don't see the shadow or the silhouette that he was talking about.
That's fine. I know it's there. It just...
There will be a point where you use your club to bang hard enough on the window that it does break again, and then again you get that
few feet
small
back.
teleportation
Yeah.
a few feet back, and the window is put back together.
Reset button.
Jimmy, is it
Right.
any closer?
Jimmy, you're not seeing it anymore either.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna go through this door then, I guess.
Well enough.
Unless you guys want to go back in the pool.
That
No, I'm
does
good.
provide an interesting theory that maybe if one of us are injured, we just throw ourselves in the pool and come out restored. I mean,
I feel great,
Yeah.
so I'm good right now.
okay, let's go through the
$1 million
door.
bucks. Okay, door's open.
Come on,
Wayne
mate.
Kicks it open like a freaking boss.
Yeah.
Like a SWAT team member.
With your
I saw
screaming
this on the
shotgun.
television.
Just knock it
Stephanie,
out.
that means in this house there's nothing to fear, not even death.
I mean, you still feel it.
That's fair.
Maybe life in this house is worse than death. Huh? You bust open the door, Wayne, and you will see.
Hwah.
Oh, snap.
Working on my Pacino. when I do it.
Snap. Thanks for those bits.
Hey, thank you.
Hoo-ah!
Making it rain tonight.
Hwah.
What first appears to be a small room is actually a series of small adjoining rooms. The walls are harsh stone, as is the floor, and there are black iron chandeliers hanging from the ceiling with candles, but only one or two are lit in each chandelier. There are fixtures of dark metal that adorn the walls like art, these hideous, twisted, repugnant art. In the near distance, something or some things move about, taking no care to conceal their clattering sounds of metal on stone.
So, you says things are moving. Is it like metal contraptions like are moving, or
You can only hear them right now. You can't actually see them. It sounds like they're coming from somewhere in these halls, and it kind of echoes around the stone rooms.
I will turn around and very quietly, I will whisper to everyone, "Be very, very quiet.
And your shotgun starts screaming again.
I'm hunting. I'm hunting rabbit, and I'm gonna cackle like a maniac, and I'm gonna step into the room and look around. Oh, and if you have balloons, tuck them in because I think they're gonna pop on like everything in here."
Stephanie just walks in behind you like Carrie after prom.
Mm.
Just dripping.
Maybe passing through this area undetected, we should take the stance of not being quiet. Maybe see if some of these metal fixtures on the walls can come off. And as we move, we clatter them to disguise our sounds with the sounds they're already used to.
I second that idea.
Okay.
Does any of the stuff come off the walls?
Yeah, you're going to be able to yank a few pieces off here and there. The metal is sharp and jagged. Every edge seems as if it's been sharpened. The first time you go to grab something, you kind of cut yourself. It's superficial. It's not a wound or anything, but you have a few drops of blood and you realize what you're dealing with here. Every single one of these spikes is sharpened on 3 or 4 sides. But you could absolutely take a few pieces apart and jumble it around. You're just going to have to be careful and use gloves or some sort of like fabric to kind of grip it.
Thoughts? These are all wicked sharp. I suppose if we wanted to arm ourselves, this could also aid in that.
And right about
have, like,
now-
a bunch of tape.
Right about now, sorry to interrupt, through several archways, you're going to see something move from right to left. And it's going to be this blue guy on the right here. It looks like it's a suit of armor, and there are spikes all over it. It's incredibly form-fitting, and you hear a low moaning and rumbling with each step. It seems as if it'd be extremely uncomfortable to wear. The spikes digging in with every movement. It does not appear to notice you all. It's just moving from one side of a room to the other.
It's like frog.
Hate to draw that thing's attention.
And a couple steps behind it, you will see the other two as well, moving in the same direction.
It's the same like cross hallway.
Yes, the same room, same hallway. They were just a few steps behind it.
Wayne will move quietly up, I think, as best he can, like as they pass by, and then seeing if he can like sneak up to the intersection and peek and see how far they move to the other side.
Moving up, give me a stealth check as you're trying to be quiet. 2d6 here plus your rating.
Sure, happy to. Very.
Don't forget your boon as well, so you can roll another
Yep.
d6.
Yes, sir. And plus, social work definitely applies.
There you go.
History
That's
of
an 8.
burglary might apply.
That's only an 8. History of burglary. Does it? If it does, that's a 10. Don't toy with my emotions.
No, it would apply for sure because moving quietly. So you got a 10 here.
If you let me add, well, I don't know. I don't really have. What would my history of burglary be? Because it's not on my rating sheet. So my normal
okay.
rating's 3. So
Then it doesn't
I have,
count. It'd be 3.
I have social work / drug rehab at 5.
It would
and
just give you a boon then, which you already used.
Okay, yeah. So it's an 8.
Okay. You're going to move forward into the next room, and that'll give you a better vantage point. You're going to see that this is a series of hallways and rooms that are kind of a 3-foot by 3-foot grid, not counting the one that you just left. So, like, if you were looking at a Rubik's Cube, you'd be in mid-left, basically. And then there's one room behind you that you just came out of. You can see that each room seems to be connected to the one next to it. And then the center room is connected to 4 rooms in each cardinal direction. The creatures were moving on the far side of these series of rooms.
So where's the door that we came out of in terms of the grid?
Let me pull
Is
up
it
a map
mid-left?
for you guys here.
Oh, see, that's so much better. I was about to sketch it out.
You
Gotcha.
guys are in that red circle there on the left,
Mm-hmm.
except for Wayne, who just moved into the room to the right of them.
Yeah, so he's like middle left.
Yes.
And then you said they were on the far side? That's where
They look
just-
as if they just entered this room.
Okay. Okay. Wayne is going to oh geez. Wayne's gonna make a left and go to the upper left corner.
What are the rest of you guys doing?
Being muted. Following Wayne.
Stephanie, yeah, follows Wayne.
Yeah.
Stephanie, you're so much quieter now.
Like me.
Not having a metal boot.
True.
No more of that kerplunk every step you take.
Once everyone's in the room with me, I'm gonna
Yeah.
pull out the noisy shotgun and throw it back into the middle left room.
Ooh, I like that. Which is good because you're gonna take the gag out of the mouth too, right?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you give me my
it's your
scrunchie
time
back?
to sing. I don't know if you want this back.
I feel like it's gonna mess up her hair, and he just go ahead and give it to her.
And she's still covered in blood, and you guys
Yeah.
are still leaving like small bloody
Put my
footprints.
hair up with this nasty scrunchie.
The footprints and marks of blood aren't as bad now because you've taken enough steps, but there's still drips and drops here and there. You can't really hide where you've been. But the screaming shotgun, I'm going to call it an automatic success here to draw their attention. you're going to see these guys. They move into a room, and then they're hustling. You hear their steps quicken, and they start going towards the shotgun.
Once
Are
we
you guys
hear-
going to try and circle around?
Yeah, like once we hear it
Mhm.
kind of start to the distance, like they're moving away from the middle, like I want to just like hustle to the upper right.
Yeah, you're absolutely going to be able to make it over there without being seen. Oh, both of us are moving. There we go.
And then,
And you're going to see all of these rooms seem to be very similar. They're different shapes and sizes, but they all have the same twisted metallic art. And once you get to the top right, you'll see the next room has a door that appears to lead out.
We ready? We gotta
Let's
go.
go.
Everyone,
Go, go.
hustle, hustle.
and so yeah, we hustle to the door.
Excellent strategy, guys. I like that.
You lean into the crazy. You get moments of brilliance. You know what they say? What is it? Like genius and like craziness is like a fine line. Every now and then you cross over the line. You come up with
Yeah.
good ideas, or you stab your best friend in the face. One of the two.
Who's currently your best friend?
Oh, don't worry, you're fine.
Oh, good. That's the fish I was trying to catch.
Looks over at Stephanie. How you doing?
And you guys see a red room, a room that has red carpet, red fabric furniture, and red drapes surrounding it. The air here tastes of burnt teeth. The red of the room hurts your eyes, and yet somehow it still remains dark. A room of red curtains, red rug, a figure stands near the back of the room who seems literally to be made of red.
Oh,
Clearly inhuman, this figure bears horns and claws, but they seem almost adornments of a macabre aesthetic rather than functional features. And next to the figure is a nightmarish thing resembling a shattered psyche's poor memory of a wolf. The red here is not the red of blood, it's the red of pain.
Is this similar to like the wolves and stuff that we saw in those creepy paintings?
Yeah, the wolf would look very similar to those.
Are they moving? Is the figure moving? I'm sorry.
It's standing there, floating there, however you want to describe it. However, the clothing it wears, if you call it clothing, it seems to be one being, seems to be floating like in water with a soft current kind of rippling through.
Does it react to us when we bust into the room?
Not overtly, but it is facing you, so it stands to reason that it is very much aware of you. Like you're only 15 feet away.
Hello?
I have already supped upon you through my fountain. You hold little interest for me. However, perhaps you may wish to gift me more. I will grant you great rewards.
Could you get us out of the house?
In exchange for sustenance, I can grant you the path to what you desire.
How would it be a lethal amount of sustenance?
It would be pain unlike anything you've ever experienced.
Yeah, that's not what I asked though.
Well, I mean, I have done like withdrawal and stuff, so you know, I felt some pain. Just saying. Now, when you say what we desire, like there was some. He asked you a very direct question. Can you get us out of the house? And I think he deserves a very direct answer.
I second that.
For your gift, I could provide you with this. And with a flourish of a hand, you see a silver skeleton key, rather large, about the size of an entire human hand, floating above the red figure's hand.
Okay.
I'll let you feed.
Wait, hold on. I very much appreciate you taking one for the team here, Stephanie. You said it would be pain beyond whatever, but that is not what I asked. I really would appreciate a direct answer. Would your feeding be lethal?
Or
Sorry, that's me breaking nut.
or
Let me get my
would it
composure here
mean
real quick.
that the person has to stay here while everyone else, because I'm okay with that. And Stephanie, you're crazy. I'm not letting you take another hit for the team. It's my turn this time. I got nothing outside that freaking house anyway. So if I were to give you my whatever juice you want, right? The three of these, they get out of the house for real. Not for your bullshit, fake, I'm just going to screw with your mind kind of stuff, but like for real.
If the pain is more than you have to offer, then you will remain as one of the pained. And will, with another flourish, the key will disappear and a finger will point to the door behind you.
Oh, okay, I see.
Oh, so those were your...
Yeah.
So if you feed on us and it's more than we can handle, we become one of your suits. Could we divide it out amongst us? That way none of us are subjected to that full amount of pain.
Interesting bargain. Yes, I would take pain from both you and you, pointing to both Wayne and Harold.
For the key and a way out of the house.
I will give you the key, but I cannot give you the way. That is for you to find.
What is do we know? I can't remember. Do we know what the skeleton key opens?
We have to give it
I
to
assume
the alien.
Is that
lady.
the one that they
Yeah.
want? Okay. Is that what we think, or is that what we know?
I don't remember the specifics of what the alien said.
The alien specifically
demanded the
asked
key.
if you had the key. And whenever you handed it keys, you wanted to do the every single piano
White
key.
The
Well,
one note I have of the bone key though is it lets into the armory.
Yeah, you found a key. You found a couple keys. Another one was a blue, like gem key,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
a sapphire type key. or
But we
crystal.
found a page that said April 7th, the bone key let me into the armory and a knife wanted to leave with me.
Right, but I don't think you actually found the bone key. You just found a page that mentioned it.
Oh, okay.
Look at Harold and I just shrug. I'm like, I'm in if you're in.
Might as well.
Don't look me in the eye though when it happens.
That you never go eye to eye in an Eiffel Tower.
Never.
It's against the rules. Let's. Fine. The two of us will give you some of our blood.
Wait. One thing.
I do not ask for blood. I ask for pain.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Nothing happens to my dress though, right?
I do not care about such trifles.
Okay, yeah, I'm good. I'm in. Let's do it.
Fair enough.
Come closer. And the wolf takes a couple steps towards you as well.
Hey, good doggy.
I will take the pain. Who's looking at Ogie Ogie? Alexa?
Hang on, that was
Google
me, but
decided-
I was muted.
No,
You- yeah.
it was me. It was me. Like I
You said
don't know
doggy?
what I said.
and
I
it-
said doggy, and it just
Yeah, and I heard Ogie Ogie.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
I
having a
mean,
breakdown
Wayne will
here.
step forward.
Everything's going to shit right away.
Wayne will step forward. It's off now.
No, it's fine. I'm having
I'm
fun.
very mean to it. I say horrible things to it all the time.
The figure will turn towards Wayne first, and the wolf takes a few steps. You're doing the okay.
Arms wide. Take your best shot. Let's go.
I will take half of the pain from you, but I make no promises on whether it is more than you can bear.
You can
And with
do
that, the
like,
wolf lunges at you. and
60,
just-
40. Oh. God.
The wolf lunges and goes for the throat and just squeezes and pierces through, ripping away. You guys see some sort of red mist being pulled out of Wayne. And it's wiggling in this wolf's jaws, and then with a sickening crunch, the jaws completely shut and blood splatters. Wayne, you now have a permanent scar on your neck that is the shape of this creature's head, like the horns in the mask. And you are also taking a rating 6 wound right now.
Okay.
It is time for the other half.
That's fine. I agreed to this. Let's make it happen, Captain.
The wolf lunges towards you. This one, much more brutal as well. Completely tackles you, pushes you off your feet. You land with a thud on your back. The rest of you see this wolf on top of Harold, jaws on his neck as well, and just wrenching and wiggling until there's a gushy sound as the red mist flies away from Harold's neck as well. And then again, the wolf devours that. Harold, you too have a scar of the red figure, and you take a rating 6 wound.
Okay.
And these are pretty big wounds here, so I'm going to need you to make rating checks against the wound to see if you go unconscious or not. So give me your 2d6s here. You still get your boon. Don't worry, Wayne.
I got.
Add your rating.
Was that 5?
Your rating, we'll go with the 3 here.
Okay.
And you needed 6 plus 5, so you just made it.
Okay.
So
you
you were
sure
staying
that's-
conscious.
Are you sure that my regular bouts in drug rehab and pain and withdrawal won't let me tap into my 5 skill?
Again, I think that would be the boon. It would give you a boon on the check.
But it's my 5 skill. All right. That's fine.
Is it your 5 skill?
Yeah, well, if it's
your social working
drug
is-
rehab.
You're right.
social
You're
work
right. I'll
drug
give it you.
rehab is-
I'll give it to you.
yeah. Okay. All right. Cool.
I'm a benevolent god.
I only
Did I
died-
kill Stephanie and
disagree
Jimmy?
curtly. I think
it-
so. I think you did.
Is it
We
kindness?
did
to have-
die.
Yeah.
Again, you just barely pass as well, Jeff. Both of you are conscious. You're in immense pain right now. However, that pain feels like it's like flowing through you and out of you towards this creature. And after a few moments, it begins to subside to a dull throbbing.
Meditation. It just goes right away. What's the key?
The figure will let down a hand, and the key will drop to the floor, and it'll reach out the other hand and pull back that red velvet curtain, revealing a door. And then the creature itself will kind of take a step into the curtain until it fades from your vision.
Yeah, it happens.
I will trot forward and pick up the key to head toward the door.
You now have a silver key in your possession. Harold, Wayne, you guys pulling yourself up
Yeah.
off the ground, getting recovered here?
Yeah.
Stephanie, what are you doing as you watch all this?
Stephanie had a rather like heartfelt declaration how like these guys are like her new, like basically like her found family or chosen family kind of thing. So I think the moment like the first throat got ripped out, Stephanie just kind of like dropped to her knees in the room as she's staring at this horrible red figure. And she's not.
Sorry, as you drop to your knees, you kind of look down too, and you realize it strikes you just how much you blend into this room as you're covered in blood already. There's a few
Yeah.
smears where the blood's been mostly wiped off, but you're still very much red like the room.
Do I, weird question, you know how she like melded into the curtain? Do I start to meld into the room or no?
No, you're definitely your own being. You're not part of this room, but it visually, there's something in your brain that just connects the two.
Okay. Yeah.
Same with you as well, James.
That's should she just kind of like be there on her knees, kind of struck dumb with just heartache and just fear for them. But once they start to get up and they're fine, she will get up and kind of follow after.
Opening the door, James, you find the elevator on the other side. It currently is jammed to a position that you have not seen before. There were 6 slots on the elevator's lever that let you choose which floor, and it's jammed all the way down, like it went past below 1.
What the hell? I suppose I'll look back and call. If you two can get up, now's the time to get up. Let's get out of here.
Ah, come.
Okay. Is my mask still on? It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm sorry. Sorry.
That's not funny.
Okay.
You look at Wayne, by the way,
Yeah.
and he's like, you see his face, like all of the matter of like the craziness, like the silliness, is like it's gone, and he's like,
I was joking.
and it's just gone. That's it. He just gets up slowly, like staring at you the whole time.
Trying to lighten the mood. Apologies. Wait, knock it off.
Are you guys piling into this elevator lift?
Got ya.
Yeah.
Now that's a joke.
That was.
Can we get out of the room with a big bomb, please?
Yeah. Let's go.
Yeah, you go first, Harold.
Stephanie, what'd you ask?
There's nothing in
Okay.
like the red room, is there, of interest other than that
A few
lady?
pieces of furniture, but no like dressers or anything.
Okay.
Just the curtains going around and some red upholstery and red rugs.
Okay, cool.
You guys
Some very
pile
rusty
into the
pennies in
elevator.
couch cushions.
Where are you going in the elevator? You've got 1 through 6 here.
Which one of these was the one with the alien?
Was it the bottom? It was
Yeah, let's
past
try
the
that.
piano room.
Yeah. Well, no,
I'll try to
because it
wrench
was
the lever up.
that's
to
what we
one
would
then.
see is the piano room, and then the door led to the alien room.
Yeah.
It was the same floor as the alien, as the piano.
Yes. That was on the bottom. It was way down there.
I think it was the bottom floor.
Let's go to the bottom.
Crank it up to 1.
All right, and you really have to force it because it wasn't meant to be in this position that it's at anyways. And you put your weight behind it, get it to 1, and then it slowly lumbers up with a lurch
It kind of like goes down before it catches itself, before it begins grinding up. And it takes, again, a long time to get up to the next floor. The floor you go to opens up to a music room, if you remember. Kind of like a conservatory. You see a piano, several stringed instruments. There is the music stands with papers on it. And then on one side of the room, you see a door with a eerie white glow.
Well, there it is. Let's not all go at once.
Let's go woo an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Wayne, you're on wooing duty.
Me?
Yeah, I'm still, out of all of us, the, dorky one, and Jimmy's covered in blood, and Stephanie's covered in blood. And you are wearing a rather nice dress.
That's true. I am dressed for the occasion. He fixes his hair a little bit.
Stephanie walks
Okay.
into the alien room.
Yeah, let's do it.
Barry
Alright,
just
here.
like Carrie with like her hands out, dripping blood on the floor.
Undoes his man bun. It's his hair tumble. I think he already did that a long time ago.
The group of you move towards this room. Let me pull up a picture so you can remember what you're looking at as well. It's a very strange, exotic room, very unhuman. A lot of smooth surfaces, mostly white with unnatural lighting, this bluish white artificial lighting. And in the middle of this room is, of course, our gatekeeper. She appears to be floating above the ground just barely. And then there are several stone tablets floating around her head as well. And she speaks telepathically. You all hear this in the back of your mind. Do you wish to leave?
Yes.
Do you have the key?
I will throw the key on the floor.
Well, don't break it or anything here. Jeez.
Are you willing to pay?
We've already paid plenty to get the key. What is your price?
One of you must tell me whom or what you love the most.
Sure. That's easy.
Someone, not me. I don't really have any strong attachments.
Harold is dead inside.
Yes.
Stephanie picks up the
Pretty
key
easy.
and she's like, "These guys, they're my family."
That's a good answer. Good answer.
Family Feud. Good answer. Good answer.
But which one do you love the most?
Oh, shit.
Oh, I have to pick one? She like looks at them.
We all know who your favorite is. Just
Do we hear that part too, or is that directed only at Stephanie?
You would hear that as well, yeah.
Okay. I feel like we're all kind of looking at each other at that point. Like,
She doesn't say this aloud, But in her head, she tries to just say it in her head, but she loudly states, Wayne. They trauma bonded. We did rehab together.
Good for Wayne.
Uh,
I feel like this is really bad for Wayne.
I am scooting sideways away from Wayne.
Yeah,
Stephanie, I never liked you.
Jimmy.
Nothing happens because you're just saying it in your mind. You definitely get the idea that she wants a response, and that when you give that response, that will be acceptance to pay.
Stephanie like looks at the boys and she's like, I'm sorry. And then she turns back Wayne and she continues to hold the key.
I'm good at Jimmy, like I knew she was going to say Wayne. I mean, I'm not hurt by it.
I am a little too unstable at times to really. Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry about this, but
I
this
miss
is
my
just
teeth.
Wayne. As soon as Stephanie says your name, this creature in a flash flies towards you, and her hand with those sharp fingernails cuts into your chest. All of you hear a sickening crunch as bones are broken. She rips out Wayne's heart, and you see the spirit of Wayne around Wayne's heart right now, and she squeezes so tight.
Stephanie attempts to interrupt this.
You can.
She runs at the woman, grabs at her hand that's holding his heart, and she says, "You fucking bitch, take mine."
I need a rating check here, the 2d6.
Stephanie,
So wait.
Wayne wouldn't want this.
If I know, right? So if she's able to do something with that, like super, like you said, super fast speed, right? So if she's able to do something,
This is
Wayne
Ash-
should be able to do it as well.
No, actually. This, you would not have had time to react because she came to you so quickly. And
Well, she wouldn't
ripped-
either.
Hold on. Let her roll her rating check because she's not going to be able to prevent you dying here. I'm sorry, Wayne. She chose you.
I
This
have
is
no
on
problem with
Stephanie,
dying.
not on me.
I have a problem with Stephanie trying to interrupt. Like I have no
No,
problem with her dying.
she would not be able to prevent it at this point. I thought she was going to try and attack. That's why I said roll 2d6.
I thought Stephanie, like it sounded like Ashley was
She's more trying to
like,
interrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I thought
If I
too.
can't interrupt, then
I was saying you could do something. I wasn't saying that you'd be able to take it back. I'm sorry. You rush forward, trying to interrupt, saying, "You bitch, take me." And the other hand will just swipe back and you'll go flying backwards. And then this creature lets go of Wayne's heart, and it is now a black stone tablet that floats up and goes across, joins the rest of the tablets in floating around her head. Wayne, you can delete your character sheet. I'm sorry, but you are dead. And that was such a beautiful dress too.
Okay.
Wayne said he
I actually
wasn't.
can't delete my character sheet.
No, you can't.
you have the permissions.
Wayne said
the
he
gatekeeper-
wasn't getting out.
Will then step to the side, will float to the side and gesture past. And you'll see on the far side of the room appears to be a human of sorts, but a very distorted, mangled human. Let me pull up a picture here. This is a person that has locks and bolts attached all over their body. Their mouth and eyes are sewn shut. There's a large keyhole in his chest. His legs appear to have been cut off and replaced with these blocks that are tightened on. One of his hands is just entirely mangled, and he's standing there with no motion, but it looks as if he's got labored breathing, just swaying.
first thing, I want to go kneel by Wayne's remains, then put his arms peacefully at his sides, pull off his bandana, toss it to Stephanie.
Wayne, I'm sorry, not Wayne. Harold, I need a rating check from you here, real quick.
Okay. 6 + 3, 9.
Hold on one second. Go ahead, continue your narration.
Toss it to Stephanie like, I know you're gonna struggle with this.
I did this. This is
Do
my fault.
not blame yourself for this. The house did this. She did this. You did not know that such an honest confession would be used in such a terrible way. As I rifled through his pockets to get the keys to the Jeep. Wayne, you're a good friend. I'm being nice. You're dead. Like,
I sent you a message, Chuck.
oh shit. Did you?
On Foundry, not Discord.
Ah. I do.
I did this.
As Wayne is lying there though, I'm like, I do think he would want me to have this as I strip the dress off of him and then put it on. God, I feel pretty. Anyway, go stick
This dress also has a bloody hole in the middle of the torso as well, from where the gatekeeper's hand went through.
a low cut. Like, it's fine. I'll get it patched. And if I can't get the stain out, I'll just dye it red. This is fine. Everything's fine. Everything's great. We're doing great. Stephanie, if you wouldn't mind, could you go shove a key in that poor creature's chest?
Yeah. I can do that.
Okay. Jimmy, let's get out of
Mhm.
here. Do you like my dress?
Yeah. It's very nice.
Good.
Stephanie, you go up and you put the key inside his chest.
Well, which one of them looks like it fits? Is it obviously the chest?
It
key?
seems like it'd be the chest one, because the silver key that you guys just got was a rather large key. It looks like
Okay.
it wouldn't fit in any of the other ones.
Yeah, then she does. And as she's doing it, she's like, I'm so sorry.
You turn the key, and with that, the whole room goes black for a moment. All three of you, and you know, we'll say that Wayne's body as well. You are in a black void. And then, Stephanie, you continue turning the key, and you find yourselves in the living room of the house. The room that you've been in multiple times now. The doorman here is still there with the key turned. You're in the center of the living room, and you see the front door of this house is wide open. And just past that portal is Wayne's truck, his SUV.
Let's go. I'll step around the guy. Head on out to the truck.
Wait, Harold, you step around the doorman, and you go through the portal, and you get the first breath of fresh air that you've had in a long time.
Good.
And it feels like such a relief. Stephanie, James, what are you two doing?
Come on, it's fine out here. Let's go.
Harold, do you turn around to look at him in there?
Yeah.
After you.
And Stephanie will slowly start walking like towards it. She's like looking back at Wayne. But like, what will she realistically do with a body out in the real world? And you're muted.
Oh, I thought I unmuted. Stephanie, James, you begin moving towards the door. Harold, you turn back
Mhm.
and you see the doorman is not the doorman. He is the smiling man. He's turned to look towards you with that vicious smile and all those teeth. And he reaches an arm out for both Stephanie and James to grip them on the shoulder. They cannot leave.
Hey, we paid the price. Let them go.
But they're already dead.
Um,
They are a part of this house.
no,
They paid for that right in blood.
no. Stephanie, Jimmy, come out right now.
Stephanie tries to push Jimmy out towards the door.
The smiling man will let go and let you guys push. Stephanie, you push Jimmy, and James' lifeless
towards the
body
door.
will fall through the portal of this house. And James, your spirit will still be right where Stephanie pushed.
Beautiful.
And like at that moment, Stephanie's just kind of standing there, and she turns to the smiling man and she's like, where do I go?
Anywhere you want.
Where's
You're
Rowan?
already home.
Where's Rowan?
Rowan is in the halls. You'll have plenty of time to search for him.
Will you take me?
Of course, child. Of course.
And Stephanie will reach out her hand to hold on to his hand, and she'll follow him if he leads her down the hallway.
Yeah, he will. He'll lead you through the door on the other side of the room. Harold, you are looking through here, and your newfound friend, Dress, is telling you, you don't need these people. They're already dead. You have much better, brighter future to look forward to.
How strong is that impulse?
Incredibly strong.
Well, so
In
long,
fact,
gang.
You have such an impulse that you want to go make new friends. Friends that you'll play with for as long as you find it to be fun. When you're done with them, you'll find more friends. Hopefully they'll last longer than the first friends. You
Okay.
now have a very intense desire to murder people in strange new ways.
Nice.
And you will be the sole survivor of our darkest house here,
Okay.
as I'm killing Wayne, Stephanie, and James all in the same session, guys. This is where we're going to end the darkest house.
Beautiful.
At least one of you got out.
Did I, though?
Congratulations.
Yeah, because like
You are out. You are
Okay.
out. You just have a parasitic spirit telling you to commit homicide.
okay. That's
Before I close the door to the house, I'll say, "Your wine sucks, Harold." Bam.
the insult. Well, I did it, guys.
Congratulations, Chuck. You are the sole
You're the
survivor.
winner.
Yeah. Yeah.
How's it feel?
It feels great.
It feels great.
Just, gotta find some people to make into dresses.
Also,
Wayne had the keys to his car, so you're going to be walking for
Oh, no.
quite some time.
He took him out. He said he
Yeah.
took
Oh, did you?
Yeah, when
Okay.
I went
I'm
down
sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you
sorry.
before
I
I
was
took the
reading.
dress.
My bad.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is where we're ending it, guys. Congratulations. Thank you for putting up with all the shit that I put you through. That's completely unfair. Wayne, I'm sorry. Whoever she named was going to die without a roll.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have a word or something as I was dying. I was
Yeah.
What
gonna
would
say,
he have
I'm sorry.
said?
he said he would have said, "You're my favorite too." Like I had it ready. It was in the chamber.
I'm sorry.
Like,
I was
"Fuck
talking
you,
over you.
man."
I'm sorry. I should have let you have it. That's on me. Defenders of Kobold, what do we got going on?
Wednesday, 9 p.m. here on this channel. We're doing Thunder Rift, the D&D BX setting in the Forbidden Land system. Currently playing the classic D&D adventure against the Cult of the Reptile God. So just all the fucking streams, throwing
It's
it
a
all
fun
against the wall. Yeah. Friday.
It's amazing how we entered that town and became the villains immediately.
Yeah, you did. You
What
did.
you talking about? What you talking about? McGavin is saving the world.
He is. Just
He is saving
One
the world.
halfling at a time.
One
Yeah.
halfling at a time.
one halfling at a time.
You don't want those things just out there on their own, do
Yeah.
whatever they want.
No,
That's
you
just
don't.
crazy talk.
What do we got? Friday, we wrapped up Shadowrun yesterday. So Friday, we're going to be kicking over to the system that Joe's making, Anvia. So Friday's at 10. And then next Saturday, we've got Strixhaven, 1 p.m. over on Grim and Perilous Plays. And then that night, over on Goodman Games Official, we'll be back to Weird Frontiers. So that's the Defenders lineup. Kinda.
And Lollygaggers, what do you got going on?
Yeah, Monday we got Holler starting a new game. You can catch Chuck in that one as Savage World setting. Next Friday we've got Traveler, and next Saturday we've got One Ring.
Which has
One
been an
fewer
excellent game. Thank
Yeah.
you for not killing 3 people in a session. I appreciate that. Although I'm sure if you did kill 3 people, I would be the survivor because you love me so much.
Uh-huh.
Moving on, before Wayne gets a chance to talk. Thank you, everyone, for watching. It has been an absolute blast to play with these wonderful people. They're all much better people than I because they put up with me. And you are a wonderful audience. Thank you for joining us, and have a good night. Congrats on getting out of the darkest house.
Yeah. Oh, tomorrow night you can catch everyone but Ashley over on Birch Channel, Steam Steel Murder,
Oh, yeah.
for some Shadowrun.
Shadowrun.
Yeah. All right. Later.
Good night, guys.
Ah.